Hello guys, it's Mr. Maximo here, Vinny Sandu for the European Cricket Network with another match preview for a European Cricket Series match. And today it's match 13 of the European Cricket Series Prague. It's the second qualifier for the final between Prague CC and the Prague Barbarians. This game will come to you from Scott Page Field exclusively on the European Cricket Network, and it will begin at 8 a.m. GMT, which is 10 o'clock in Central Europe. It's 1:30 p.m. in India on Friday, the 9th of October. And don't forget, if you want to catch all the action, you can on our website, europeancricket.com, or our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network. And of course, if you are on the subcontinent, you can catch it on Fancode. And just a reminder to all of you out there, if you don't already, why don't you follow us on social media, because there's so much happening in the world of European cricket. This tournament is fast coming to its climax, but next week we have an unprecedented event. It's going to be the biggest cricket tournament anywhere this year, anywhere on the planet. It is a 3-week tournament in Barcelona, a 3-week European Cricket Series involving 16 teams and 60 matches across 3 weeks. So I can't wait for that. For all the latest on that tournament, make sure that you get to our website, europeancricket.com. You can also follow us on social media at European Cricket, or you can follow me at Mr. Maximo. Make sure that you like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel, ECN European Cricket Network. And you can also download the app to your mobile device. So let's have a look at what's coming your way then. Friday, and there's only 2 matches today from Prague. It's the final 2 matches of the tournament. We have the qualifier number 2 between Prague CC and Prague Barbarians, and then the winner of that match will go through to the final against Vinarati, who won the first qualifier on Thursday. So the first match will start at 1:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Then the gold final will be at 4:30 p.m. Indian Time. Wherever you are around the world, make sure that you tune in, because these 3 teams are very evenly matched, and I expect a couple of close finishes, if I'm honest, in these 2 games. It's going to be very interesting to see who ultimately comes out on top and has the right to raise the trophy there in the Czech Republic. Well, let's have a look then at some likely lineups for this game. Match 13 for Prague CC. They'll be led by their skipper, Sudesh Wickramasekara, with Hilal Ahmed to have the gloves for them. While for the Barbarians, their skipper will be Pradeep Gangappa, and Divi Singh will be their wicketkeeper. Well, let's talk a little bit about these 2 teams. Prague CC, they finished top, but they lost the first qualifier 129 runs to 110 to Vinarati, who finished just behind them on net run rate after the round-robin matches. It is fortunate for them that by finishing in the top 2, and we talked about this on the show yesterday before the game against United, the final preliminary match, that they had to win to get that double chance, and they've needed to use it because they did lose their match against Vinarati, but they can still make the final if they beat Barbarians in this match. Well, Prague Barbarians, they actually had the same record as Prague CC and Vinarati CC. It was 3 wins and 1 loss in the preliminary matches, but they finished in 3rd place on account of their inferior net run rate. Now, in the 3 versus 4 match, they swept aside United CC in that elimination match. They scored a colossal 139 off their 10 overs, but with all due respect to United CC, I think that Prague CC will pose a new challenge for this batting lineup in this match. Now, Barbarians made the final of the ECN Czech Super Series T10 Championship weekend back in July, where they ultimately went down to Bohemian CC. So they have been to the big dance before. They'll be desperate to get back there and go one better this time. And they do have the opportunity on this fantastic Friday in Prague. Let's have a look then at Mr. Maximo's 11 to watch. And it's a bit crowded here because I put a few shadow players in for your consideration today, and I did want to mention them. I'm going to begin with Prague CC, and for them I have super highlighted Sharan Ramakrishnan. Now, what a week he's had. Now, we do go on a lot about the beast when we think of PCC, but Sharan has been rock solid this week, consistently getting his team off to good starts at the top of the order, and he's been a revelation with the ball, picking up 5 wickets. So I've decided to super highlight Sharan Ramakrishnan for a change today for PCC. I've also highlighted Prakash Sadashiva, who only came into the side on Thursday, but he'll be given a key batting position in the middle order, and he looked in pretty good touch to me. Of course, I've got the beast in there, CZECH Wickramasekaara. Now, he is the player that Barbarians would be fearing the most. The T20 International World Record holder for fastest century has had plenty of good moments in Prague this week. He's PCC's leading run scorer and second only to the tank, Ritik Tomar of Vinarati for the whole tournament. And look, CZECH, he seems to have another level with the ball in the big games too. So I think his performance will have a big say on the outcome of this match. And of course, he's a natural choice for captain or vice captain if you are participating in some fantasy cricket. We've also got all-rounder Kushal Mendon. We saw him opening the batting in their semi-final. It'll be interesting to see if they leave him up there. And he's also got 3 wickets there in the series this week. I have a bowler there, Hassan Sita, who didn't have the greatest game in the last match. He went for 19 off his solitary over, but he has been a very good bowler for them during the week, and I expect him to bounce back. But alternatively, you might like to go for Samira Madaranga, who has a very good domestic record, very similar to Ali Hassan, and he did have a much better game yesterday. Madaranga taking 2 for 14 off his 2 overs. The only other player I haven't mentioned there is Ko Mehta, who I've put as a shadow player. He's a very good player, but he hasn't been used that much this week. We've still only seen him bowl 1 over for the tournament, and it only went for 2 runs. So it's very surprising because he has picked up a 5-wicket haul in T20 cricket this year. So maybe they're saving him up for the big occasion. For Prague Barbarians, I have super highlighted Sabawun Davitsi. Well, we hadn't seen the best of him this week in Prague, but he finally came into his own in the eliminator, scoring 67 off only 24 balls. And he looked to be on his way to the first century of the week for sure before tragically running himself out. But he looked very fluent and confident at the crease. And if he repeats that kind of form in this match, then Barbarians will be very hard to beat. And I'm told that they call Saba the water boy because he's always offering his teammates water. But it will be Saba that will be showered in praise by the Barbarians if he's able to make a splash in this crucial match. So watch out for Sabawun Davitsi as one of the top players in this crucial match. I've also highlighted Divyendra Singh, who we still haven't seen that much of with the bat, but I'm sticking with him because he's a very accomplished player, and I'm confident he will step up if required. Now, alternatively, you might like to go for their skipper, Pradeep Gangappa, who I've put in as a shadow option because he's a very reliable player for Barbarians. I've also got a batting option there, Sahil Grover. He can bat anywhere in the top 6. He was opening the batting, and he's put in some good performances there, but they preferred Jahanur Hoke as an option in the eliminator, who responded with 27 off only 18 balls in a good opening partnership with Davitsi. So I've also put Hoke down there as a shadow player. I've got all-rounder Sazib Bhuyan, who just loves playing cricket on the European Cricket Network. And he's been a reliable performer all week. He has an economy rate of only 6.22 runs per over. And we saw him guide the Barbarians to victory with the bat in the last over thriller earlier in the tournament. Finally, I've got some bowling options there. Abul Farhad, who's on loan from Bohemian, and he's the Barbarians' leading wicket taker this week. And they'll be happy that he's on their side this time because back in July, he took 3 for 16 against them in the Czech Super Series Championship final. Finally, I've got Ali Waka there, another former Bohemian who has picked up 3 wickets this week in Prague. So there's plenty of players for you to consider if you are participating in some fantasy cricket. And I think this is going to be an absolutely cracking game. And I can't wait to see it here on the European Cricket Network. So it comes to predictions, and it is very difficult to predict matches between the top 3 teams in Prague this week because they're very even. They all have match winners, and I really can't wait to see what transpires there because any one of these 3 teams could win the tournament. And T10 cricket, we know we're going to see lots of thrills, spills, big hits. We're going to see plenty of Maximos there, I'm sure, as well in the Czech Republic. Now, in this match, it's kind of a lot of people would frame it as a battle between the Beast, CZECH Wickramasekaara, and the Water Boy, Sabawun Davitsi, and they have the chance, if they win, to meet the Tank, Ritik Tomar, in the final for Vinarati CC. So every team has their kind of key players and their performers, and I'm just very, very having a very tough time picking it. But in the end, I decided I'm going to go with the team that looks to be hitting form at the right time, and that is Prague Barbarians. But it's a definite toss-up Tommy match. I put the water boy, Sabun Davitsi, to be the star player because just loved the way that he looked on Thursday, the way he was just easing himself down the wicket. His footwork and his timing were exquisite. And so he looks to be a player in form. And it's great to see him back at the top of the order because they did kind of change things around in some of the preliminary matches. Prague Barbarians giving small players a go. And that could be valuable because when it comes to the finals, you never know who you might need to step up, but that did have the effect of having their net run rate come down, and that's why they finished in third place. But they certainly are not disadvantaged by it now because they're on level terms with PCC, and they have an equal chance to get through to the final against Vinarati. But I put Sabun Davitsi to be the star player. But who knows? Anyone could win this game. Could be a golden ball. We still haven't seen one in Prague this week. I guess we'll find out. Don't forget, guys, just a final reminder to follow us on social media if you don't already, and get to our website, europeancricket.com, because it has all of the stats and the fixtures and the standings from our series. It also has information on the 3-week tournament in Barcelona, which will start on Monday. But for now, this is Vinny Sandhu, Mr. Maximo for the European Cricket Network, saying enjoy the game. We'll see you next time on European Cricket.